begin back in Jacob's office with the man himself behind the desk. The Furbolg and the Tortle lieutenants standing there, vaguely at attention, as Jacob looks at them and says,
"Go down to the district. Keep an eye on things. Something's going on with Lily. She was snooping around the device."
I can't really believe that, boss. She's been reliable.
Yeah, I believe it. She's been working with that Krirg. I don't trust the Krirg. I don't trust her.
Well, you'll head it up then, Jaha.
Of course.
Diplog?
Yeah, I'll do whatever you say, boss.
They walk out down the stairs. As they walk down the stairs, they grab a couple of their enforcers to come with them. They head out past Fangar, who kind of looks, watches them go. They head back to the stables there. And as they set out into the streets, the Furbolg Diplog looks to Jaha and says,
You really don't like that Krirg, do you?
and Jaha says, "You know, he's too good. I don't like it. I don't like it at all." Diplog says,
Not very often you see that around here. We could do with a bit more good.
as he's getting his weapons ready to fillet each of you. And as they head out into the streets, we kind of sweep across to where you guys are now. And with them, no more than a handful of minutes away, perhaps 10, 15, 2, 1, who knows. Welcome to Hit Points Not Required presents the House of Ill Repute. Yay! Where a group of hired misfits fulfills the wishes of the morally dubious the House. And at this point, they ask questions, and their questions are slowly being answered. We're here with our crazy cast, and we're going to jump straight in to a door being kicked. Welcome back. The door booted by Krirg. Krirg's leg not quite giving in, but definitely the most amount of strain you've ever felt on your leg in a while since you did that 1,000 squat kind of contest.
Yeah.
As you kick the door...
Me got second place, by the way.
Exactly. Who got first?
It was Joey Chestnuts, you know, just gave up eating hot dogs and started doing squats.
Write that down.
You're up, Joey Chestnuts. As you stand here, as you boot the door, you can see that Lily Scrike is about to set off and sprint in that direction, seeing you go boom. You hear footsteps, and you hear that individual say, I think it's the house. And kind of footsteps there.
Great. Telepathically, since I established with Lily, I'm gonna say there's no signal. Back off. And I want to come around here and use one of my patches to put a window 2x4 in between these two windows, because there's curtains, and I need to see what's going on in there. How many people?
Beautiful.
What's going on?
So you say there's no single signal. Back off. She continues to sprint on in. As you run around the corner there, you take out a window, slap it on. Jeeves, Percival's let you know that Lily's running in. You can see Krirg kicking the door, arcane sheen. As you slap a window on there, you would see a very bare interior to this house. You would see that it has a number of kind of small crates and barrels just on the ground there, some bedrolls rolled out. It looks to be a doorway that leads into a second room, and you see this rather drably dressed mage that has almost like a ring of Mr. Burns kind of hair there, but elven pointed ears. He is relatively tall. He's kind of high elf, but you can see he hasn't got that regal high elf posture. He's been worn down. He scurries into a second room where you can see there are two other individuals who kind of step out. At this point, Lily would get to you, Krirg, and as she gets to you, Krirg, she goes, "He's in there?"
Me not know.
Okay.
And
3, 2, 1.
me give the door another kick.
Excellent. She tries to time it with you.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll athletics. That's horrible.
20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Again, both of you together. What's everyone doing?
Okay, so...
Can I telepathically, like before, just to let everyone know what I saw besides Lily? Lily gets no more information from me.
Beautiful.
Not
Excellent.
like, we're telepathically linked, and you don't listen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let everyone know I saw a high elf, because we haven't confirmed it's him, and I don't want to give another guy a death sentence. And I will say there's 2 other people as well.
They look armored, or at least
Okay, then I
weapons.
convey
Yeah.
what I saw. That's what I convey to everybody.
Yeah.
That there's like armored individuals. He's not alone in there, and he might not even be him. We haven't confirmed anything. Someone pull Lily back.
So before any of this started, in preparation, I had see invisibility up and detect magic. So I don't know if the detect magic tells me
Not
anything.
at this distance. I think detect magic is 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not at this distance, unfortunately. Yeah.
Fair.
But no invisibility. You don't see anything invisible.
But it'll be up for the next hour.
Yeah,
so,
beautiful.
Just so we've got that.
Excellent.
And so I would like to start heading down and jump off of the roof. And see if I'm close enough, maybe catch Percival if Percival wants to.
She's gonna slide down.
Hold the broom out.
Penguin slides down.
Exactly.
He goes through some rings on the way down that just happen to be on top of them.
And just start moving in the direction of the back door to.
Excellent. You head towards the back door there. As you head towards the back door, Elijah and Magnazella, what are you guys doing?
I see Lily sprinting, and I'm just sprinting after her
Yeah.
because I can't hear, so
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know
no,
what.
no.
I don't know what's going on. I'm just like, bad. I'm following behind.
Excellent. You get to the door with Lily, Krirg, and Lily both kicking at the door. What are you doing, Elijah?
I'm just gonna walk up calmly
Yeah.
to the scene next to the door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go, "It's all right." And I'm gonna slap that door patch right next to the other door, right beside it, and I'm just calmly gonna turn the knob and walk inside.
And as I'm gonna, just for my sake, like as the door's opening, I'm gonna kick beside Elijah, just so I technically kicked a door open.
Okay, yeah. Elijah puts the iron door and like opens it, and you
Yeah.
as it swings open.
Thanks, Elijah.
As it swings open, you would step on in, or whoever steps on in.
I'm gonna step in. I guess Krirg is right behind me.
Yeah,
Lily-
I'm gonna
kinda
step
like-
in.
Lily right behind
Shoulder,
that
like,
as well.
Just
Yeah.
kinda like
As
both
you
get in at the
as
same
you
time.
all muscle on in, you would step into this house here. He is through that doorway there. What is going on? There's a bucket in the way.
It's a party.
You would step into this space here. A bunch of barrels, like right in front of where the iron door is. Crates, sorry. As you head on in, a sack there as well. As you step on in, you would see the mage running into the second room. And as the mage is running into the second room, you would see what looks to be a smaller female who seems to have a bunch of knives running out into that room. Why am I trying to put her through the door? I'm going to go over the door. Running into there, and what looks to be a well-armored male who's kind of following the mage, who opens the back door, pops his head out, and sees you, Jeeves. As he sees you, Jeeves, he immediately recognizes you, and he shuts the door. We are going to have to roll initiative, unfortunately.
Who could have seen this coming?
Oh, goodness.
What?
Yeah, if you want to place yourselves in there.
Got a 13.
I'm not in
13.
there yet. I'm on the side.
Yeah, you're just on, like just here with that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. 13.
You're watching the show.
Excellent. 13 for Krirg.
I'm 21.
21, beautiful. 21 for Magnazella.
27.
27 for Jeeves. How quaint. 27 for Jeeves. What did you get there, Thuna?
13.
Okay, 13 for Thuna. You've got a high dex than Krirg, I assume?
I'm certain of it.
Yeah, okay. Thuna. And what'd you get there, Elijah?
A 9.
9 sounds about right. Excellent.
Old man opening the door.
Let me get the correct.
Stress begins.
Let me get the correct character sheets out.
Took him his heart like.
If it matters, I am wearing Nevium garb. And I'm unarmed and
Yes.
unarmored.
Yes, you are. You're wearing Nevium garb. You're unarmed. You're unarmored.
And the house is everywhere
And
behind
Jeeves is
me.
like the house, and Lily's like the house. So we're hitting that balance
I gave
of like.
Lily a nice little disguise.
You did, but
It's looking super toit on
She did.
her, but she's
crop top.
For some reason.
Crop top and shorts. I don't know why I thought this would fit me.
I'm glad she committed
To
to
be
it,
honest,
though.
I like the style more than the fit, but you make it work. Why can't I find what I'm looking for?
What do you think?
It's
There we go.
super tight. She's Laura Crofting
No
it.
comment, no comment.
She's Laura Crofting it right now.
She really is, yeah. Excellent. At the very top of the round, again, just because we're in combat doesn't mean, just because we're in initiative doesn't mean we're in combat.
Yeah.
Things are just happening very fast. Jeeves, what would you like to do as the door swings shut immediately? And Percival just looks up at you and goes,
Well, yes, I know. It's probably magic. Let me take a look. And I take, what is my detect magic?
yeah, so with your detect magic, you would see that this door has like the arcane lock spell on it, essentially. So people allowed to can come and go, but people who aren't allowed to cannot. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's very annoying. I would like to dispel that arcane lock.
Beautiful. Level 2, I
3.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a level 3.
Yeah,
Level
beautiful.
3 dispel
Excellent.
magic. Yeah.
The sheen disappears. As the sheen disappears, the Estevez appears.
Try the handle.
Try
Jiggle
the
the handle.
It opens.
I open it. Please do not resist. Don't make this more difficult than it has to be.
Excellent. Do you step in or just at the door? I'll put you at the door.
Yeah, just open the door, swing in, and
Yeah.
call out before I take a step in. Yeah.
The mage, Killian, backs off and says, "Oh no, the house is here!"
No one is to be hurt.
The dual kind of blade-wielding Nevium agent kind of swings around to you.
And that's my turn. Just the warning.
Beautiful.
Do that, and then 1 foot in the door.
Excellent. That is going to bring us down to Magnazella.
I think I'm just gonna stand like stay behind everyone right now. Like
Yeah.
as people are charging in, I'll be the last to go in and just kind of. I'm gonna turn around and see, hypothetically, if there were anyone behind me on their way. I don't know. What if they were?
I don't know.
I'm gonna turn around and look.
I don't know why you'd be asking that, but you can make a perception check for me.
I don't know.
I mean, you are in a public street.
Two.
Nope.
Wait. Lily is so distracted.
8.
Yeah, you're busy looking at Lily.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, I'm just
You
following.
you only have eyes for her, metaphorically and literally.
So I'm like, hey, Lily, that's a really nice crop top.
Sorry, what?
You're so busy. You're doing cool stuff. Don't worry, I didn't say anything.
Okay, sorry.
Just the top looks tight.
Great, it is tight. Tears a little bit. Anything else you want to do? Drool, bonus action drool.
Rolling at disadvantage for the rest of the
That thing where you're like,
Bonus
No
action.
hair toss.
No hair toss. Hair toss. Bonus action vengeance.
That's half a move.
That's getting up from prone, technically.
I don't think there's. I'm not near the act. Like, I'm
Yeah, you're like right in this makeshift doorway that's been made. You can see Elijah's in there and Krirg's in there as well.
Sorry, remind me who is telepathically connected.
Everyone but you.
And Lily.
I just wanted to hear you say it.
I'm still connected. I'm just refusing to speak to her.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if she wanted to, she could speak to me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to turn to Elijah and say, has there been any? Or actually, let me just turn. Why am I making this harder for myself?
I'm around
She's
the corner.
around the
Yeah, you
corner.
can't.
You're right. That's why I'm making it harder for myself. I promise I'm here, guys. I just want. Has there been any communication that I've missed out on?
Yes, the DM voice from above called my beautiful iron door a makeshift doorway.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that was internal monologue there.
Right.
No, he would just turn back and go,
Don't let the makeshift door hit
I
you on the
think
way
things
out.
are about to go down.
Okay. And I say, great. That's just the information I was looking for. How did you know?
No.
I'm gonna end my. That's it.
Okay, great.
Oh my
Fantastic.
I'm gonna end this torture now.
That's gonna bring us down to Lily. Lily is going to kind of use a lot of her movement to push past the two of you and push into the room, and she's gonna go, Killian! And as she pushes into the room, she's gonna use probably like 20 or so feet of movement to get into here. She's
That's
gonna
Krirg.
look. That's Krirg. I can't see who I'm picking up here.
The hot one.
The hot one.
Right.
I have
This
no
is
vision.
so funny.
Can't see.
That was so funny. He
I'm
was
like,
like right next to her.
I'm like, You got that right. She runs on in to about here, where the knife-wielding Nevian woman is. She looks past the Nevian woman, doesn't even pay her any mind. Misty steps and appears. Oh yeah, Misty steps right beside Killian. Lands beside Killian there. She is going to kind of grab him and shove him towards you, Jeeves, and just say, "Take him!"
What?
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
That's not what you told me, Jeeves.
It is, but we're here.
Wait a
for it.
second!
10, 11
Wait just a gosh darn minute!
11 versus a athletics of -2. He is shoved like to the doorway where you are. She is then going to. That's her movement. That's her bonus action. That's her shove action. She is going to. Just look at you as she shoves him to you. Get him back to the house! Shoves him to you and goes, pulls out her two hand axes towards the tall Nevian officer there. That is going to end her turn, bringing us down to Killian. I should not have rolled these two together. This is going to be tough! Killian is going to get shoved towards you, Jeeves, and as he gets shoved towards you, he is going to Misty step back into the room between the two soldiers there. Misty steps back into the room, and as Misty steps back into the room, he's going to do a cantrip, a gust, and he is going to push it at the doorway towards you. I just need a strength saving throw.
Oh yes, that's a 29.
Beautiful, yeah. As the wind hits you, your hair, your robes, Percival leans into it. and he actually looks to be starting to make for a trapdoor down there, reaches for a sending stone, and says, "We need to get out of here, please!" And that is going to end his turn, bringing us down to Thuna. No attacks made just yet.
Lily's making an attack on my character in my head. So I think Thuna has seen all of this through the window, right?
Yeah,
She's seen what's going on.
Yeah, you can see what's going on.
I think she was very moved 10 minutes ago when everyone was like, no, this is Thuna's plan, we believe in her, we have to listen to her, and no one actually listened to her, which she's very used to. No one really looks at her, no one really remembers her name most of the time, so like, she's like, why did I think this was gonna be different? That's crazy of me. I'm a crazy person. I feel crazy right now. And she's gonna rage. She's immediately gonna be like, fuck this. And I think, you said that there's a sack in here, right?
There's a sack right in front of the window. If you take a look, it's like right in front of where you put your window, essentially.
Sick. With my very angry little hands,
Yeah.
I would like to throw the ball bearings into this room.
Yeah.
So it becomes difficult terrain, but anyone's already in there. So half movement for everybody in there, but it also needs to, they need to make dexterity saving throws. Yeah, in through. And unless they're moving half speed, apparently, I looked this up.
If they move slowly, right?
Yeah,
right,
then they're okay.
Yeah.
They don't have to make it. But I want to throw those ball bearings in and snatch the sack.
Oh, yeah. You can reach in and snatch the sack.
Great.
Hilariously
Sack
enough.
snatching.
That's how big the sack is.
Sex.
I'm little.
It's like Santa sack for you.
Yes. And I'd like to know what's inside.
Yeah, you tear it open.
Something large.
As you tear it open, it appears to be like oats.
Yeah.
Like dry oats.
So they're like stockpiling. They're like just trying to survive in here. You bastards. Just kidding, you're doing great, Elijah.
But the rest of you.
The rest of you. Great, then she's going to...
Us versus them.
She's gonna...
So that would be an action.
An action, and
Bonus action rage.
I can still move, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Great. I'm going to... How far can I move my little legs? Thank you. Just crawling into the window, like if I put it at my height, do I need to do that?
Yeah, no, that's fine. You
Okay,
can,
I
you
was
can
just
go through,
checking.
but just remember it's difficult terrain in there now.
Not for me, because
Yeah.
I'm nimble.
You can like literally stand on the ball bearings and roll escape through.
Not if you cartwheel through. I think what I'm going to do, because I don't really want to pass her. They're already overwhelmed with a lot going on. I have been trying to come off as a friendly force. Thuna's terrified of getting more blood on her hands. Where the fuck is Edwin? This is all a lot. So I think what she's going to do is actually, Elijah's here. Yeah, she's gonna run around the other side.
Yeah.
Because she knows she heard Jeeves call out, "Don't make this harder than it has to be," and she's like, someone trying to reason here. So she's trying to go around to that side there.
Excellent, yeah. You make it around the corner, you see Jeeves there, wind blowing, he kind of turns his head. Fabio-esque, yeah.
I think for the first time, she looks at Jeeves and she's like, oh, yeah, he does have like a commanding presence. Like she's always just been scared of him because of he's her boss. But now she's like, oh wow, yeah, no, respect. And she's making her way. I get it now. She's getting there as fast as she can with her movement.
So that would be movement to get to halfway down the building.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful, excellent. That is going to bring us down to Krirg.
Krirg is going to move into this
So I'll say you're
doorway area.
excellent. Make a dexterity saving throw unless you're moving half speed.
Yeah, I'm just moving to here. So like, do I have? I guess.
Yeah, you can get like in the room there if you wanted to.
No, I want to stay in this room.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll move like my half movement speed to like get to here.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I want to yell out to Killian, gesturing back at Elijah. And I just say, "Mage, come with us if you want to live."
Get to the chopper.
And I wanna have him come with us to get away from the house.
Excellent, excellent. We'll come back to that in a moment. I want to see what everyone else is doing, and then I might get a group check. Because so far, everyone except Lily is...
Yeah, we're hands off. No one
great.
has hurt.
It's great. This is good. I love this.
We're trying to do good.
Beautiful. That is going to bring us down. Unless there's anything else you want to do.
That's it. I just want to get him out of here.
Yeah, I believe in
stuff.
Krirg.
Good stuff. So that is going to bring us down to the Nevium agents. The Nevium agents. This guy here immediately turns to Lily. And as he turns to Lily, you've got like double short swords versus Lily's double hatchets. He is going to make a bunch of attacks at her. The first is going to be like a shoving attack to push her to the ground. I threw that in the wrong tray. As he shoves her, he tries to shove her down with the first attack, and she holds her ground, kind of goes to swing with her axe, and he goes to trip her instead. That's going to be better. She eats shit, unfortunately. Gets dropped to the ground, goes front. What?
One ball bearing slipped into that room.
Yeah.
Legs go up in the air.
What a great pair of legs.
Crop top rips a little more, you know.
She hits the... I don't sexualize my NPCs. She hits the ground, she goes, oh, fucking crop top.
So distracting.
He is then...
I can't see any of this.
He is then going to...
Unfortunately.
He is then going to...
out on the show.
It is an action to do that. He is then going to... she has been tripped. He is going to turn to the mage and say, "Go now!" As he says, "Go now." That is going to bring us down to the little stabby one in front of you, Krirg. Stabby one is going to like dart around you, like Thuna-esque, like around your waist. And as they dart around your waist, they're gonna hit you with 2 daggers in the back of your calves, just like.
No! Wait, am I climbing?
The first. Okay, so the first one. What's your unarmed strike damage?
5.
Okay.
Damage.
The first one, as they try to stab into you, you just like horse kick back or stamp on their arm with a nat 1. They just like, and they jab the other one into the side of your kneecap there with a nat 20.
Both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah. Krirg, that's just gonna be 6, 7, 8, 9, no sneak attack. 9 points of damage halved to 4, I believe, because you're...
I'm not raging.
You're not raging. Beautiful. Excellent.
Krirg's
You didn't
got-
rage to kick down the door.
No, I just kicked the door.
Beautiful. Excellent. No, man, I just casually kick the door. Just usual, just a casual kick the door. Excellent. Stab. As they do that, they're going to disengage. And as they disengage and use the rest of their movement, they dart around to you. As they dart around to you, they... Nice! And that is going to be their turn. That's going to bring us down to Eli.
I was turning and look at them and say, "Soldier, identify yourself."
Okay. I would like everyone, except for you, you're busy thirsting. Can everyone please make either a persuasion or a performance check? I think yours should be the same, yeah. As you're like poking your head in the doorway trying to get...
Let's save some lives. I got a 22.
22. Beautiful.
15.
Okay.
21.
21.
4.
Okay.
You've just been stabbed in the kneecap. That makes sense.
Excellent. As we get back to the top of the round, Jeeves, as your hair's blowing, the mage kind of drops the gust and goes to open the trapdoor. You hear a "guys" from the other side, and they immediately kind of turn. The dude with the swords is still over the top of Lily, and at this point you can tell that it's going to be you, Magnazella, Lily, before these guys get to have a chance to do anything or say anything. What would you like to do?
I mean, I want to Blessing of the Raven Queen right next to Killian. Beautiful. And just put my arm around him, essentially grapple him. But just like put my arm around him.
In a polite way.
Yeah, let's just sit down and talk for a minute.
Beautiful. Excellent. He looks at you. There is a mixture of like, okay, maybe, and like utter fear as he's like, yes, sir. As he says, yes, sir, you watch as the male Nevian Major kind of looks back at you and says, no! We have to get him back! Anything else you want to do?
Well, if there's any movement, we could like walk into the next room away from these other guys, more toward, and so at least Killian can then see the Admiral in full regalia.
Beautiful. You walk into the middle of the room there. As you walk into the middle there, narrowly avoid the ball bearings that are kind of rolling through the doorway there.
Pink, pink.
As you get there, the Nevian agent kind of points his blade at you, one at you, one at Lily, but doesn't strike you as you go past. He says, Killian, what are we doing? Anything else you want to do?
Nope, that's it.
Magnazella.
Okay, alright. I am gonna enter the space now.
Yeah, beautiful.
Gotta get in there. Gotta get in there. Since I don't know Lily's in here, so I'm gonna hang out in here.
Yeah, there's a like a Nevian woman in. You look that she looks to be almost like wood elven.
Is she cute?
Hood. She's pretty cute. Yeah. She's
Asking for a friend.
She's got like young Molly Weasley vibes. So like short and kind of curvy, but like got this cherubish look that has a savage edge to it. Like, fuck with me.
So, in the spirit of that, I try to like twirl around my quarterstaff to try to be intimidating, but also cool at the same time.
Make a performance check for me.
At least it's another charisma roll.
11.
It's not that you hit yourself; it's that it's close quarters, and your staff like hits the wall and leaves like a divot in it. Anything else you want to do?
Okay. Then after that, I think I'm gonna look to Elijah and say, should I make a strike? What do you want me to do?
There's no need.
Okay. So I'm gonna stand and just got this. I'm gonna then I'm just gonna like hold my quarterstaff and just kind of look over at Elijah and like nod and be like, oh yeah, this was all part of my plan. Yeah, this was all part of the plan the whole time. And I just like stand next to him and I'm just like puffing out my chest like, yeah, this is so cool, guys.
Excellent.
So you ran in.
Let's just recap. Is it too soon for a recap already?
You saw a cute girl hit the wall, and then it was like, I'm cool, whatever, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I can't wait to read your poetry on this.
We are a lean, mean fighting machine.
We're doing so good.
Okay.
Is she a dwarf?
She's not. She's a wood elf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You said that. I'm so sorry.
Less cute for you now.
No, I speak Dwarvish, so I was just trying to I was keeping my ears alert.
Lily immediately kind of looks at you, Jeeves, and just glances as she pulls herself up. Her axe is at the ready, but she's not attacking. She looks across at Killian and says, "Head back to the house." And you can see she's kind of rubbing her fingertips, and she's got like a little bit of like oil on her fingertips, and her blades have some sort of like thin leather strips on them. And as she does that, Wisdom, advantage against charmed. Good for him.
Oh, thank God.
Not so good for him.
Oh, no.
Is there anything he can do? He rolled a 14. with a 15 for her spell save DC, he looks back at Lily and goes, "Right, that's probably a good idea. Jeeves, thank you. If you could take me back now." And the two Nebula mages immediately turn their heads to him and go, "What? What are you doing?" That is going to be Lily's turn, and she's just got her blades out, and she says, "You see? He wants to go back to the house. Tell Nevium he is with the house." That is going to bring us down to Thuna and Krirg straight after you. At this point,
Girlfriend sucks. I'm gonna. How far am I from the door back there? Because I think it's still open after you opened it.
yeah. You're like
Pass the friend test.
you're like 20 feet, and then 10 feet to get in.
Great.
To be fair, she has options.
There is.
Magnazella always had options.
It's true.
Just needed to see it.
Guys, Joel will delete the footage. I'm with you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, what would you like to do? We are low-key out of combat right now.
Yeah.
I will keep the order here for now, but
Were we ever in combat?
Can I make? Yeah, Lily's out here shoving people.
Yeah, someone's got into combat. I got stabbed.
You got stabs? Yeah, you got stabs.
I mean,
Is that really combat for Krirg?
that's just Tuesday.
It just Tuesday.
I want to.
I want everything to work out good.
Right? Can we just hold hands? I would like to know if there's any way to pick up on what she did. You have detect magic up. Did he notice that when that happened?
If you got detect magic up, you would detect that there's enchantment over him now.
So now that I'm in the room, because I didn't see any of that happen,
Yeah.
I wanted to telepathically communicate with Jeeves and being like,
Is he charmed?
no, I'm just like, is everything okay? Why does he want to go to the house? He just seemed really against that and is now okay. Is everything all right?
We're getting there.
Why can't anyone give Thuna a straight answer? she's going insane. Then if we're not in combat and Jeeves says we're getting there, which means nothing to Thuna, and she's still in a rage.
Yeah. Although you
haven't attacked anything, right?
No, I haven't hit anything.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything. Her fists are just like, she's like looking back and forth to the people she's like telepathically communicating with, trying to assess the scene. Can she see the trap door?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, because we are still in initiative but not in combat, what I would like to do is take one of my patches out and angle it at the back door. It's a steel mirror. I want to see if anyone's coming up behind us at any point. I'm just gonna keep lookout, do what I do, which is like be perceptive, and kind of see how these tensions work out. She doesn't want to make it work, but she's just like, or worse, but she's gonna be like, fine.
You look
shaking with rage.
big penguin face in the mirror.
Ah! Oh God.
And then Percival waddles in there. I will say that combat is tentatively over.
Yes.
Tensions are high. Lily is there, breathing heavily. We're in this moment.
I
here.
haven't done anything since I got stabbed, so I just wanna throw that. Just saying.
Yeah. I open it back up to you guys. As you hold out the mirror, I'll let you know if something comes from there with your 20 to 21
Yeah.
percent.
And I would notice that Magnazella and Krirg aren't in here.
Yeah, Magnazella's. They're in the upper.
Yeah. So since I'm over there, I'd be like, all right, guys. I think we're okay. We're gonna talk it out. Everybody, stand down if you can.
There's nothing to talk about. I'm happy to head back to the house.
No, we do have to talk.
Do I know of a safe place that Jeeves might have that is not a house place where we could actually go to talk?
I will let you be honest with me. Would Jeeves have a safe place that isn't the house?
I would think so.
Okay.
He's got to have his own
Where would
place. Maybe like a cellar or something below a kitchen, where you would organize and stock something below somebody in some place, maybe even in an unused kitchen or someplace that was being set up to house people that has not the
mess hall sort of thing. Yeah. This building right here,
right across the street.
So
So I would, keeping the very tight arm around our friend Killian, I would send a mental message to Thuna to be relayed. We're going to go someplace where we can talk. Don't tell Don't tell Lily.
I tell everyone, but the one person in the room I don't like.
Oh, we're not linked.
Right.
Yeah.
'Cause we were supposed
So
to
you
stay
don't know, but
together.
I did shout out, stand down, everything's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
So you guys in the other room don't know, but you do. Percival knows.
We're gonna,
I know.
we're gonna go take a walk, and as far as Killian knows, we're heading back to the house, so he
Yeah,
would,
so-
at the moment, come along willingly.
Yeah. Lily says, "You're going back to the house, right?"
Yes, we'll meet you there. Stay here.
I'm
and
not leaving him out of my sight. I'm so sorry. I'm not leaving him out of my sight. The other two Nevium agents go, "Neither are we. What is going on here? You are with the house." Point at Lily. "You are with the house. Killian, I want to go back to the house. That's all I can really say."
I'll ask again. Identify yourselves.
Roll an intimidation or persuasion.
Good news is I have no skills. Nah.
The knife-wielding Nevium agent says, "We are not telling you anything. Killian is going back to Nevium, and we will die before we let him leave. Here.
I'm just
Stay.
kind of like, put the knives down, man. Like, nobody's even...
Put the blade down, man.
I'm not holding anything.
Where's your great axe?"
It's on my back.
Wow.
I just... You never drew
Your
my...
posture's back. Your posture's great for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. No, I'm not putting these away, sorry.
Come on, we're just talking here.
No, I'll put another one in your knee if you don't leave us.
You don't want to start this.
You do not want to start this. We are taking him to
No,
Nevium.
nobody wants to start any of this. The Admiral over here has given you an order. I believe his rank still holds weight.
You shut up, Butler. You're no longer in charge of anyone here. We have been
you
given
get
an
your
order
order?
by the High Chancellor.
You
to
got
bring
your
him
orders from
back.
Carl, yes?
No, I got my orders from Seraphina.
I got a message from her just last night.
Oh,
How
good
old
for
are
you.
yours?
We got ours weeks ago to get him out
Exactly. My missive was sent just last night. Listen to me. That's all I'm asking.
of here. We will listen. but
You're
we will-
right. I have no rank any longer. Maybe it holds weight somewhere still. It holds enough at least to put the dagger down. I don't have a weapon. Would you like to go fishing?
Honestly, yes.
I miss Nevium.
Look, we don't have
Really do miss Nevium.
Perhaps we should have a conversation here before tensions re-escalate.
I don't believe we have that much time.
We have moments at least.
If we knew this place was here, he knows this place was here, and he will be sending others.
I suggest we start talking then, because no one's moving out of this room without
Mexicans.
hostility.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I have a gun. Luna says to herself quietly.
Broadcast it to everyone except Lily. The
Craig
lady
says out loud, Thuna's got it.
the lady keeps her blades on you. She says, "What's that thing weigh? Heavy?
Oh, yeah. It's, I'd say about you much.
Right. Nice." Flicks the blades around and goes, "These are nice and light. I can throw them. I can. Yeah.
You gotta work on that initial attack, man. Like, it came out like...
I fucked up.
Yeah.
I fucked up. I know.
You gotta think, you gotta visualize how you want to hit people,
That's-
and then it's easier to do.
That's the dagger I got my first kill with. You mind if I have that back?"
Hey,
Pop
that
that bad
point.
boy out of your kneecap.
This guy, my first kill.
Oh, nice. I can see the slight cleave mark in the eyebrow.
Yeah,
Right. She still has her dagger out, but she's at ease a bit more. Dude with the two blades is kind of... Make an insight check.
Another skill I don't have. 13.
Little bit of like, I'm the army, fuck the navy sort of thing. If that makes sense.
Rude.
You know, Marines versus the other things. What are they called?
The other things.
Sure.
Yeah.
Branches.
Yeah, that's right. Marines versus Rangers or whatever it is. Grandchildren. What did you say? I don't know. And then Lily's there with her axes. Marines versus grandchildren. Who would win in a fight?
Can I
Yeah.
Can I drop psychic connection with everyone? And I want to spend a psionic die to just do it again, but just with Killian.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
because I know he's charmed. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to convince him to not go to the house. I
You
have
don't
the
know he's charmed.
questions. Oh,
Jeeves didn't
I know he's charmed.
Yo, sorry,
But, like,
yes,
that's
yes,
what I
yes,
mean.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not going for that information. I'm
Gotcha,
not
gotcha,
like,
yeah.
try to come back.
Yeah.
So I drop it, and I'm just standing there, like, shaking. Like, the mirror is, it's making those little, like,
Excellent.
and I'm looking at him, and you see that like glint of psychic blades in her eyes. So you might think she's still able to communicate with y'all. And she's going, I know what Jacob's building, but I don't know what it's for. Can you tell me? I want to stop it.
He pretty quickly, no like shocked reaction or anything like that, he pretty quickly goes, are you an employee of the house? Is this something that the house would like to know?
Oh.
I'll happily tell anyone that is working on this project and for the house anything they need. My duty is to the house.
Yes, I'm an intern. Yes, I get things for the project. I was sent out to get the tongues. I was sent out to get the honey.
Right.
So I would like to know what it's all coming together to do.
Well, it's my understanding that we're talking in our heads.
Mm-hmm. And we should keep it that way.
Right. It's my understanding that the device that's being built, that is pretty much finished, is some sort of aerosol dispersal of some sort of mass enchantment. They have everything they need. They want me in there to make it a little easier. I'm a metamagic expert and I can heighten the spell.
I see that. How far would it range out over all of Axia? Over just
It would be a city, most likely.
the city? Maybe?
No, I think they're planning on taking it elsewhere.
Tenevium?
Yes, now that you mention it, that's why I walked out. You see his brow kind of creases a little bit and he says, But the house needs me. It's for
Yes,
the
it
good of the
does.
people.
She's not going to confirm that in his head. But she is going to say, and you think this will be good for the people?
I've been told it'll be good for the people.
We've been told by the house it's good for the people?
Yes, and I'm to serve the house.
Yes, you are. And she can't let this happen. They're trying to Disney people.
Lily is stepping forward and she's going, We talk now, then. Talk.
I agree. Let's get to the bottom of this
Is that furniture?
before more bloodshed.
There is no furniture here. No, there are crates, there are boxes that we're able to let's pull up a box or two.
Yeah, well,
Theater cubes.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
If only I had a big bag of oats to sit on.
Like a bean bag.
we'll
bag
just-
chair.
Yeah, we'll just go over and basically sit down, still arm around the gentleman, and Percival will go out to try and keep watch.
Beautiful.
I offer a crate to Lily to sit on.
She's like, thank you, but I'm not sitting. She is standing between, at least one of the doors and Killian.
Krig's gonna sit down crisscross applesauce.
Excellent. I'm so sorry about the knee.
Oh, it's fine.
So that's crisscross.
I don't know where they're sitting.
Are we moving into this room to sit, or are we just sitting down where we are? In the back.
Theater of the mind. We'll figure it out. Break into combat. We'll figure it out.
I am not moving far. Since Percival's kind of taking watch, I'm just gonna leave the steel mirror there.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
he'll be able to be so I'm going to get closer to the trap door.
Yeah.
While everyone is sitting down and talking. I've gotten what I need. He cannot go back to the house in my head, but I'm not doing
Did you pick up your ball bearings?
it. No.
Well, then we're sitting
Move
in this
slow.
room.
Okay, we're in this room then. You're in the room.
Definitely in the other room.
As we go to get into our spots before we all sit down, I grab pat Thuna on the shoulder and say, "Good plan," and then I go sit.
I also give Lily a look and nod to the head and see if she'll drop the spell or if I'm going to need to dispel it.
She does not seem to.
I roll my eyes and cast a spell magic.
Okay. You cast a spell magic. As you cast a spell magic, that is its third level, second level?
Third level.
Third level, beautiful. Suggestion drops, and Killian immediately misty steps away from you with your hand around him to the door here. And he misty steps to the door. He kind of goes, she put a spell on me! We need to leave now! And he goes to run out.
I just took the spell off of you, and I'll misty step after him and put my
yeah, in front of the doorway there.
Really?
He
I
bumps
could
into
do
you.
this all day.
And the knife wielding woman's like,
Perhaps we should save our magic for people we actually want to fight,
right?
Instead of wasting it all now.
Jacob, he is with the house. She put a spell on me. You're not with the house?
We're just here to talk.
I know what that means coming from a servant of the house. Please, jump on him, jump on her. You have to let me go back.
Easy, we just met.
Hey, look at me. Look at me. Do I look like someone who normally like to talk? Like just
I don't make judgments by how you look.
Yeah, me asking.
With the giant axe on the back and
me asking you to make judgment. Like just let's be real here. Like no pretend to be colorblind because that create more problems.
You know, I saw half orc and I didn't want to assume, but you did kick the door.
Yeah.
Twice.
Twice. We all have these internal ways of thinking. It's better to address them.
I agree.
But me sitting here trying to talk to you for like ever, man.
Roll a white guilt check on me.
With advantage?
These Milky Boys.
These Milky Boys.
I got a 14.
He kind of stops, looks at Jeeves, looks at you, looks at his like the knife wielding Nevian woman who kind of isn't, her heart's not really in it. She's just like holding them at Krirg. The dude with the sword just shing, once again pulls them out. Lily stands again.
I want my passive perception still looking around, trying to keep things in mind.
In the house, yeah. You're not outside anymore.
No, and I'm just looking at the steel mirror that I've positioned, so I'm just
Humans look out. I mean,
got this.
Humans don't look out. Killian holds up his hands and he says, all right. One of us has to be an adult. How much time do we have before reinforcements come? And before, as you say moments, you hear the gruff-looking guy say, moments.
Oh, Jinx.
Up on the roof.
So much in common. We have more in common than we are
talk this out. We just
Yeah.
jinx. We're clearly on a closer page than we think.
And Killian says, right, someone tell me something, please.
Perhaps you can tell us something. What I really want to know is what? We know an enchantment. We know you can make this better. Do you have any information on where, when, why this device is to be used?
I'll answer the third question first. I don't know. As to the first question, Nevian. The second question, I imagine now that I have... Should I escape, I imagine he's going to push forward whatever he's going to do and start sending it up through the wilds. I gather sometime soon.
What does it do? Do we know what it does?
Looks at Jeeves, looks at...
I might know something.
Of course you do. Would you please share with the rest of the group?
Something about this house makes me so vulnerable.
It's safe space.
It's got wooden walls like the ship.
Literally called a safe house.
Make it more easy to share feelings.
Thuna, while looking dead at Lily, is going to go... Killian's just confirmed for me that Jacob is going to send the thing he is building into Nevium to make people more compliant with his attempts, I believe, to enforce what we have here in Uciar in Nevium.
There are rumors that he's done it before. Killian says.
Oh, shoot.
Try to at least infiltrate the council. Try to become part of Nevium. Lily says, this is what he does to help set balance, right, Jeeves? Nevium is a horrible place, no offense, but there is a wealth disparity that is disgusting. People on the streets, day, sick, impoverished, no food, nowhere to stay.
Right. If he doesn't want to be here, you can't make him. To make other people live by the laws you see fit. You cannot force improvement on anyone.
What happened in Bronzeburn?
I happened in Bronzeburn, and I will not let it happen again. I was wrong. Often am. I am not going to let the house take free will from good people. Are you good? And she looks at Killian. She's like, are you a mass murderer? Just real quick, are you a good person?
I think I am.
Yes, good enough. I'm on his side. Like she's fully ready to like not let. She steps in front of Killian and Lily.
At this point, the Nevium agents are now like turning away from you, and they're pointing at Lily as well. Lily's just there with everyone.
Yeah, still arm around Killian. I'm going to be like talking to
Every
Killian.
time you touch him, he just like misty steps just a little bit away. Yeah.
Still talking to him, but looking at Lily.
Yeah, gotcha.
These things need to be people's choices. If they don't like what is going on in Nevium, and they would rather have it the life we offer here in Uciar, they can relocate.
You would ask them to travel across the dangerous wilds, make a dangerous trek to seek refuge somewhere. What if they can't? What if they don't have the money? What if they don't have the transport?
Then they can talk about and vote and make changes in their own system from internally. But if they wanted to do that, they would not need a delivery system of a drug that will alter their minds.
What if it's not the impoverished people whose minds are being changed? What if it's the people like him, and point to the mage?
The people can be talked to. The people can have a voice. And the people can... This system is not indiscriminate. This system is a dispersal system that's airborne. The lowborn and the high will breathe.
She says, and what about my life?
Well, you can make a decision now on which side you really want to stand.
What about you? Would you make a decision? Are you making a decision now to defy the house that you've been with for so many years? Because if you do, I'll do. Because he's going to kill you just as much as he's going to kill me.
Maybe he will. Maybe my life is worth something more. Maybe that debt I thought could never be repaid is paid here.
Looks down. Looks up at Magnazella.
Krirg's in between.
The Nevium agent looks at you and goes,
Is there something?
We're gonna tell you about this later. It's been juicy.
Krirg
starts doing
We're coming in hot today.
Man, what rating is this?
pats your hand and goes, oh, don't worry, I'm familiar. Lily says, fuck, throws her axes on the ground, slumps in a bag of oats, just...
Thank God, a weapon.
She uses her bonus action and it bounces back into her hand.
Damn it!
And then she tosses it back on the ground again. It was a statement. As she tosses them down, she says, I've got something in my fucking eye. It's not acting, I just
What in your eye, Lily?
Lily starts crying.
It's a really emotional. I feel really vulnerable here in this house.
Thuna gets the urge to chop onions, but she doesn't have any.
In one of those crates. There's she says, we probably have less than 5 minutes before other lieutenants and enforcers come.
Opening the trapdoor.
Where does that go?
Away?
I know of a place. It's and we'll start trying to herd us out toward my personal safe house.
Beautiful. The entire entourage of you guys head out into the well-policed, well-watched streets.
No,
of Uciar.
trap.
As you step out into the streets, you head out into the beautiful kind of wooden buildings, copper roofs. As you start to weave in, you unfortunately have to head further into the city to get to your abandoned kitchen. I would like to know how you're all making your way with Lily and Killian, and who introduced themselves as Lorayla, the lady with the knives, and Felivra. Felivra, the dude with the two swords. How are you guys making your way through the city towards Jeeves's?
Small groups. I think we should go in separate groups. Percival can guide one. I can give instructions to any that are familiar with the city to go where to go and to guide one, but smaller groups rather than one big menagerie.
Do the two of you have a way out?
We had a transport that was going to get ready for us. Yeah, on the outskirts. It was going to be a rough journey, but yes, we were going to head up through the wilds.
When are you supposed to meet them?
They look at Killian. Killian looks at his sending stone and says, "We were going to leave in the evening, in the night, but I am afraid I may have just signed the death or arrest warrants of a few Nevium agents if the house is also converging on the same point." And indeed, as you kind of start to split up and move away, you do notice that there are people moving from houses, just kind of hiding weapons under their cloaks, heading in towards where you just left from. And you would see and hear the sound of horse hooves kind of trotting this way. The house's kind of cavalry coming on in.
It is unfortunate, but sacrifices do
I can
need
get
to be
us
made.
to safety.
I think we need to talk more, because the obvious thing would be to return to the house.
I'm not returning to the house.
I think you have to. Who else would be able to sabotage the device?
If Jacob finds out that I'm missing from that house, I have no doubt he will set things in motion. We either head to the house right now and storm the place, but I agree with that. Lily.
Krirg pulled up his axe.
Yeah.
Okay. Puts it back.
It depends. If it is left already, then it is left. If it is still there, we have the opportunity to sabotage it before it leaves.
I don't want to go back to the house, please.
I'd rather go straight to the wilds. Wait, what's your plan?
We're not going back to the house. We'll take our chances with the wilds.
This is not about you. This is
It's about Killian, and it's about Nevium.
Exactly. Is your life
First
worth
things
saving,
first.
Nevium?
Either way, if we're dispersing in groups to your safe place, the two of you need to get as many of the other agents back to safety and unring the bell before those horses get here. I can get us to safety,
I trust Mr. Bay.
but
I trust
don't
the
want
Admiral
to.
as well.
Your plan is not awful either.
If
I mean, it's not about getting us to safety. It's about sabotaging that device.
it's not about being safe, it's about making sure the one person, I'm sorry, you're not Killian, the one person who is needed to make it work. I know he could be the one person to sabotage it, but I'm, not to brag, I'm really great at sabotage. If someone's going back to the house, it should be me. Why did I say that?
It would be much easier if we approach the house under the guise of returning Killian to Jacob so that he can finish his work on the machine and we sabotage it from the inside.
We will not make it out of the house
Probably not.
at all.
No offense, but we do not trust you or her.
Could we?
If we're going back to the house, we are coming with you, and it will be an assault.
I don't want to do that either.
We can all take vote.
We should
Go
vote.
save the lives of your fucking friends.
With all due respect, sir, we are saving the life of the one person that could turn that device into a nuclear bomb.
I have him.
What nuclear bomb?
So when fission happens, or fusion, I can't remember.
You want to get some fish in me? Anyone else hungry?
Where is the safe house? I think we should go there first and decide. We shouldn't be on the streets. So let's go to the kitchen first.
That sort of thing. But the problem is, Mr. Vey wants to save as many horses as possible.
If we're going to debate, we shouldn't do it here.
Yes.
Okay.
To the kitchen.
Splitting into groups.
All the talking gets done.
The groups are.
I'm going with Killian.
Okay. Lily says, I'm going with Killian as well. Felivra says, I'm going with Killian as well. Lorelyn says, I'm happy to go with Krirg. Seems cool.
Yeah. Me can find that place easy. We know these streets real well. We show you exactly where to go.
Sure.
I look at Lily just like a little, try not to show that I'm a little feel a little betrayed in this moment. So then I try to find the other Nevium guard that I was looking at earlier.
She's with Krirg.
Yeah. So I like climb up next to you. I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? Mind if I join your little duo?
We'll do it. We all go right there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
So right down the middle, like two groups.
Well, I don't know where Eli is headed. I mean,
you tell me.
Is there a group of other Nevium
Just
agents?
those two Nevium agents that were in charge of keeping Killian safe. Yeah.
Your call. You can join either group.
We've got a nice threesome happening over here.
Weird thing to
Lily's
say,
ears
Max.
prick up. You've got what? Sorry?
Yeah, we've got a nice threesome happening over here.
There are three of us.
Yeah. It's also a double layered.
You're going with him?
You're not coming
I'll
with
tell
me?
you about it later.
You're not coming with me?
I want to hang back here. You made your choice.
We could just leave.
Fuck it. We don't know how to. We have no plan, and we can't talk about a plan out
You
here.
keep saying we could just leave. I'm not sure what you're talking about. We were trying to create a teleportation circle down in the basement, but we don't have the
These
details
men
for
that
them.
are descending, I'm gonna call out a military retreat fucking secret code from 50 years ago. I don't know if any of them know. It's an old code, but it checks out. You know?
Get off from that with Killian.
I will make you aware that if you call this out loud, the house forces will hear the shout
Please
as
do
well.
not.
Motherfucker.
Like there's
Too late.
Yeah.
Let's just go to the safe house.
It's just.
Yes, Elijah. It is
Can
too
we not?
late for
You're
them.
right. Let's not debate. Let's go.
Krirg says, how long we been out here?
We are walking. We are walking.
We're walking.
like
I'm going
herding
with you all.
cats.
Okay.
Krig's gonna try to convince us to go to the Rusty Tankard first. To see about like just grabbing one
That
drink,
checks.
so we'll be late.
Can't do it.
We'll see who on the group. Krig's doing that, so it's like we'll see who all.
Percival is with that group, so if anyone decides not to, they do have a guide directly to the safe house.
Okay. So
Yeah, so obviously Percival is fairly noticeable, right? So I'd like to maybe pick him up and wrap him in like a cloak. Like a baby.
This is
And
just a
carry him
human
as
baby.
the-
big ass
as the
baby.
group. And while I do,
Yeah.
I am going to say, tell Jeeves that I can teleport all of us to Nevium now, and we can intercept the goddamn device in wireless.
I'm following to the safe house.
Such a cute little baby. Grandpa loves baby.
And I'm like, this is a weird interaction. I follow just a little behind because I think it's a little weird.
How does
Lorelyn? Lorelyn's like, I mean, honestly, we should look after Killian.
Yeah.
But Philivra. Why did I write these fucking
Phil.
names like this? Phil. Dr. Phil.
Yeah, Lorraine and Phil.
Philivra.
He's so
Lorraine and
angry.
Phil. Yeah. Philivra. He's got it. I mean, I'll get a drink. Yeah.
Great.
Go.
They'll be about 20 minutes, 30 minutes late.
Okay. You head into the Rusty Tankard. You guys head up to the. Can Percival telepathically speak to you within 100 feet?
I think it's within 100 feet. Yeah.
40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So yeah, it'd probably be a little more than 100 feet away at this point. Yeah, cool. Excellent. The other group, how are you guys heading?
Bad baby.
Straight there. We're going straight there.
Beautiful. As you head straight there, it takes a little bit of time. You get to the point where you can hear the horse hooves. You can see a number of people moving out from their houses, kind of scurrying down that way. None of them kind of recognize Killian or Philivra, but they definitely kind of pay attention to like Jeeves, and they just know not to.
Yeah, it's house business.
Not to interact. You hear horses. You make your way down into closer to the inner city, where you find the big mass production kind of kitchens that will do like Meals on Wheels, the equivalent of Meals on Wheels, out to people on the outskirts if they don't have anything like that. You're able to head into a cellar
There are trucks,
door.
there are carts, meals on carts.
Meals on carts, yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Toss them out the back.
It's all bean burritos, so it's farts on carts.
Write that down.
Cards.
Excellent. You guys make your way down. There is a cellar door that you know of that you're able to lift off.
And I'm like, everybody, turn around. Push in the sequence.
Thunder turns around and just is looking straight up at Killian.
Thank you for this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Door opens and you're able to head down. What is the interior of this safe haven for?
Very stark. It's very stark. Everything in the neat little rows, everything organized, tarps or cloths over everything to keep everything neat and clean. Cabinet doors closed with labels on them indicating what goes where. Very neat and orderly.
As you usher everyone in, there's a little tap at the door, and these guys arrive very quickly behind. The second that you see Percival,
Password?
you get a quick ping in your mind of Percival letting you know what Elijah said, the teleportation and the interception.
That is a good alternate plan. Yeah.
Huh?
Would have been a great one 20 fucking minutes ago.
You didn't tell anybody.
You didn't steal. I could get us somewhere.
Everyone was saying we were so adamant that we needed to talk more. So here we are. Let's talk.
Fantastic.
Krirg will be here. They stopped at the Rusty Tankard.
They have multiple locations.
It's a chain.
There's one right around the corner.
Yes,
It's like Starbucks here.
The rustiest taker.
yes.
Craig's like, yeah, me like Rusty Tankard East, but Rusty Tankard West, that one have the really good tater tots.
You head to Rusty Tankard West, and you meet up with Boris again. And he goes, "Oh, you bring new friend."
Yeah, let's do one quick round, but then we gotta get going. We're actually working right now.
You say one, but we do more than one.
We'll see.
Glug, 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 hands them over. Glug, glug, glug. Come back to you guys.
All right. So, and I pull the cloth down off of a big, nice, clean board to write things on.
It's so clean.
Why do I have to be Mr. Pink?
And I'm like, so we have two, and I start putting stuff on the board. We have two options. One, storm the house or enter the house under guise of returning Killian and tamper with the machine before it ever leaves Uciar. Alternately, we go directly to Nevium and try and ascertain the route that Jacob will probably have 5 or 6 routes planned and choose randomly which one to use, and also probably have decoy carts along the way.
I've seen this movie before. We'll do it like we did the Italian.
Oh, yes. And try and ascertain which one that is and stop it before it gets to the city. There are flaws in both plans. One is likely a suicide mission. The other has a lower chance of success.
I'm very much against the suicide mission, to be honest. Lily says, I have the smallest worry that the second they see that we are not at that house, if they can get word back, we're going to be in trouble if we show up at the house.
Yes.
But I kind of tend to agree with Jeeves there. We should bring him back to the house.
I'm sure you do agree with that, Lily. And Thuna is like dealing, she's got some playing cards. She's dealing cards across from Killian and being like, I'm sure you do agree with that, Lily.
I think we all need to answer a question first. We are all 100% certain that we don't want this device to be used in any capacity whatsoever. Are we all in agreement with that?
Are they, they're not back yet?
They're not back yet. But I'm looking specifically at Lily when I ask the question.
They're going to agree to whatever anyway, it doesn't matter.
Lily says, I am much the same as Jeeves. The house does wonderful things. It has given education to some of the children of the city. It has made sure people have not gone hungry, and it has made sure that this area has thrived. But I do not agree that minds should be completely altered for the good of the house, especially on such a large scale.
I know something else with a large scale.
You gonna write that one down?
What does that even mean?
I know it's a realm of innuendo.
She leans over. She's like, babe, read the room.
You're so right. You're so... Babe? Oh,
What?
she called you babe.
I didn't. Sorry, I must have been thinking about.
No, it's all good, babe. I'm so glad we're there. Should be doing like this to myself.
Thuna can communicate with Killian for the next 8 hours.
Yeah.
And telepathically.
Yeah.
But she says, well, Kirk's not here, and Kirk's often right. And I know he's going to want to storm the house, but I don't want to vote if Kirk's not here.
I'm not asking for a vote. I'm just asking if everyone else here agrees that we're not going to do this, then even if we do vote, we're just going to have to talk Krirg down. If that's what needs to happen. So,
Is that a Krirg knock?
Oh, that's the one we practiced. We practiced this one. That's a good one.
But you'd stop the incessant knocking! Golly!
Open the door.
Oh, thanks, Jeeves.
They've got like you know those
They've got
wooden
trays.
the wooden paddles that have like the
Yeah.
schooners in them. Yeah. They've got a couple of those. We thought we'd bring drinks.
Nope.
Oh, these are for us. Then we just go and sit down.
Outside. Consume them outside. No drinks past this point.
Sits it on the ground there and heads on in.
Yeah, Crowe drinks 12 beers and then joins the...
Give me a real quick con save.
Yeah.
I'll do one as well. Oh, shit.
I mean, it's 12. It should be with disadvantage, right? Like, that's gotta be.
Yeah, you can self-impose disadvantage.
I'm sure he can.
Everyone should feel free to.
That is, oh, dang, that's a 12.
Yeah, you're poisoned technically, but yeah, you got a proper buzz on that you haven't had in a while. Like it's good.
I will go over to the cabinet, start pulling out the ingredients for Kirg's hangover remedy.
Yeah, nice.
You keep them in your safe house? You always knew you'd trust him enough to bring them down here, you old coot.
You should see Percival after a bender.
Oh.
Percival, you dog! I have what might be a very dumb question.
Oh, please ask it.
This is a safe place.
Very safe.
Safety can only go so far. I guess 2 questions. I'll ask the first one. In terms of like numbers, if we were to storm the house, like not including Jacob, what numbers wise, what are we up against? Do we think?
Jacob controls every finger, hand, arm, limb of the
Right.
muscle of Uciar.
Right.
But it's not all at the house right now. And
Yeah.
in theory, we're going back as was instructed, bringing Killian back to them, right? So we have the advantage of stealth on our side or deception on our side to get in, but there are many obstacles once we're inside.
So we just have to go in and be super quiet.
How far are we from the house?
Yes.
Oh, you'd be a good, 15, 20-minute walk.
Like a mile?
But we can assume at least the lieutenants and their enforcers are going to be there by the time we attempt to escape.
How long does it take to walk a mile?
For me? Not very
15
minutes.
Yeah, a mile.
Great.
So let's walk past another.
Great. With this group, with all the talking we do, it's good. 45.
You're going to be passing one of the Rusty Tankard franchises as well.
I mean, normally Magnazella would be there in 5 minutes, but there's a Rusty Tankard on the way, sure.
Can I see if there is anything on Lily that would be tracking her?
Yeah.
Well, I did have see invisibility up, so if there was
if there was scrying showing up, absolutely. Make an investigation. How long's your detect magic?
1 hour. The detect magic's only 10 minutes.
Okay, beautiful.
But it can be done over and over.
Yeah.
What did you say? Investigation?
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Jeeves has a ring. Lily has an earring. You have an earring.
These things can be... Hey, Jeeves! Weird question, out of nowhere. And it hasn't been ringing.
Lead box.
Okay. Should have done that before we got in here. Duna drops it in and looks at Lily and goes...
Drops hers in. Ring in. You would have an earring or a ring as well.
Everybody, if you have anything that the house can contact with you with, please put it in this box.
There's clearly labeled at the door, all devices go in this box.
Krirg pulls out
now they go in a box.
Some letters that these are things that they used to give them to go on missions and stuff,
Aww.
and he puts those in the box.
Great.
Because that's how they contact with them.
Ooh, that's a 5.
Beautiful.
I think Thuna would be like, we have 2 options. This is not about saving our lives when I make my plea for us to just go to Nevium. If we are so inclined to make sure they have the free will, I would like to tell them what is coming for them. They deserve to know. They have their own forces. They have their own reinforcements. If we can try to convince these people of what's going on, what we know to be true at this point, then they should be able to decide. I think we should go straight there.
I think that Jeeves's plan does have merit.
It does.
However, the risk would be that Jacob could reacquire Killian with that plan.
It's easy to charm
where
him.
I
No
can
offense.
take him to safety now. And at least then the device won't be heightened, you said, Killian?
Yes, the device works currently as is, thanks to the Duergar? Am I saying that right?
You are.
Cool.
Thank you for trying.
But not cool that you put the emotional labor on the person that you asking.
Tell me, am I saying that right? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
I'll do some research.
How
for
do
and
you
get back.
all say it? Oh boy.
I'm an ally.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we sure we can kill this? We can still kill him. That's still on table.
No, I think I like him.
Okay.
Look, I mean, if after everything's done, because of my pre-baked, inherited prejudices that I'm trying my best with, you can absolutely kill me if I'm still problematic afterwards. But,
True allyship.
kill me if I'm shit. What was the question? Oh, yes, no. The device will work with what they have. Probably not as powerful as they hoped because of this damage to some of the snake tongue. And the people of the city will have an easier time resisting since I have not lent my meta magic to it. If I had helped with the project there, they would have disadvantage on their saving throws, blending. But I believe it is under its own power now. They have some sort of artifact that is helping protect it and power it. So it will still go off and it will still work, but just not as efficiently and as effectively as Jacob has hoped. Orb above his head.
What is it, Jeeves? What do your butler eyes see?
Eli, if you would step outside for a second.
Yeah, the shot's still out there, right? You don't get them all. And I'm going to walk out.
Craig's gonna go walk out with them.
As you two walk out into the street, you hear fighting a little ways away. The sounds of shouting and weapons clashing, people screaming, a few like arcane bursts and things.
Is that it's not coming from the rusty tankard, is it?
It's not. It's coming from where you came from, so it's all good.
Good old-fashioned bar brawl.
Yeah.
With Eli out of the room, I'll look at everybody else. Jacob
Thuna, make a wisdom save for me.
is probably...
Yeah, Thuna.
Not the other Thuna. You, Thuna.
I don't feel good about this. My stomach dropped, which means...
Okay, it's a 19, please. I said please.
Roll a persuasion check on the DM to see if that's... let me get my character sheet up. I believe that might do the trick. We'll see. Give me 20 seconds. Apologies for interrupting.
But the statement was going to be, we are going to need to move fast. We only have so much time here.
Above me?
Mm-hmm. Sweet, I'm clear. Concentration.
Well, yes, that is the statement. And as I pull the sheet back down.
Can I do an insight check on him to see if that's like alerting? Because he didn't do this. He's just like.
I think at this point we can infer.
Okay.
We know each other well enough.
Absolutely. Then I'd be like, okay, can I help you clean anything?
Yes, that glass that Krirg left behind dirty after he drank his hangover cure because he never puts it in the...
Disappears. Above Lily. Lily just face drops.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps I should return to the house and let Jacob know how we went.
Sure, we would.
That might be best. I'll let him know that we're on our way.
Disappears, and she looks at you. She says, "Maybe I'll go alone. I'll buy some time."
Wait. The other thing for consideration, as I keep scanning.
Yeah.
All around. We have an opportunity now to see what the fighting, how they made out at the previous safe house. Maybe thin the herd a little for any potential encounters later.
You feel it coming. You're used to it. Make a wisdom save.
That's a big fat 7.
Okay. For the next little while, you see orb, and you gather that
and
someone's very, very intent on figuring out what's going on.
Duna?
She is going to widen that communication because right now it's only on one.
Yeah.
So there's still 3 other people in here, right? So she's gonna go to Jeeves.
There's the two
Magnazella
Nebium
and Lily.
agents.
There's
Lily. There's
They haven't been talking. They're asleep, maybe.
And we're just outside too.
Yeah. So what I will do is go with Jeeves for sure.
Yeah.
And I will go with Eli outside.
Yeah.
And I will also go with Lily.
Okay.
And
Killian.
Yeah, and Killian will be my 4th.
Excellent. The rest of you see them quieten down. You're under the assumption you would know, kind of, that Jeeves is kind of letting you know you need to be quiet. Even the Nebium agents are kind of cluing in and they're kind of backing into the corners, not knowing what to do with themselves.
But basically, it's use Duna as the
yes, I will convey anything that's going on, and we'll be like, I'm like an operator right now.
And the conversation is choose A, choose B, and in the meantime, do we try and eliminate maybe a lieutenant or two while they're engaged in this fighting over here so we don't have to deal with them later?
Is there any reason why... Is there any reason why I can't go back, maybe take some of the Nevium agents as prisoners, and we will try and destroy this thing, and you head to Nevium to try and warn them just in case?
Because we only trust you so far.
The Nevium agents will keep me in check.
You're safer where we can watch you.
We are running out of time. If he is watching us, he can already see where we are.
I let that go straight to Eli. He's watching us. He's already knowing where we are. We need to, please come back in. Be quiet. All of that.
Okay. Hand it back to you guys.
Yeah, so, I mean, really, I think our choices are which plan, A or B, and are we going to go right now while the fighting is still going on and try and do
while
that?
they are distracted over there. I think it is important we go now. You've always taught me about many versus the few. What's going on over there, the clashing, whatever's happening, it is the few. They came into UCR knowing that this was possible, and I think we need to warn their people. I think it would be in vain if we went over there and possibly thinned our forces. And I will ask Mr. Vey to come back in so that we can get started fast now.
Lost my warlock powers. I've lost all titles now. Just a guy.
Mr. Vey!
Just Mr. Vey.
The orb stops rotating around.
That's the worst. That's the scariest part is when it's gone.
So, one way or the other, these two are in the switchboard, right?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't have enough. So I'm going with Elijah because Elijah's with Krirg. And Magnazella, you are in it. You're hearing all of this, so you know what's going on.
Just one more. I think they need us to go back inside.
Okay, Krirg grabs 2. And takes them back.
At this point, you're keeping an eye out. You can see there's no scrying orb, so you could speak freely.
Yeah. So, open floor arguments or votes?
I vote to go straight to Nevium.
I vote to go straight to Nevium if I have a vote.
We vote for Nevium.
Yeah.
I can't take the two of you. Looking at the agents in the corner, I can only take 6.
They look at each other.
Are you going to take Killian? Then that's okay. They step aside.
Just don't make a mess in here.
Is that where we're going? No one else.
Looks at you and says, "So we can stay." Okay. Lily looks and says, "How many could you take?"
6.
So it is between me and Percival.
Yeah, no. Bam, Percival goes away.
Look, I don't have that on my sheet. It's me and 6 other willing creatures, I think.
I believe it's 6 willing creatures. Yeah.
I think
it's person and, right?
I think it's me and 6, but I don't know that for sure.
Oh, that's right. You didn't. You went up to 8 willing creatures.
Bring in Phil! We can't take the boys. No, you can't stay.
They're like, oh, it's gonna be okay. If we die, we die. What? Oh, we can come.
All right.
Stronger than
If anybody needs to use the restroom, it's right around the corner. Do it now.
I still haven't heard. Really? Magnazella, we haven't heard everyone's choices.
Fair enough.
Jeeves, you haven't spoken your thoughts either.
I mean,
I need to know.
I'm fine with going with the group decision. My vote would be to stop it before it leaves this city, but I'm fine with going to Nevium and warning
I
people.
think that the advantage of taking
My name is Killian.
Killian away.
How many did you have outside?
A couple.
I start making another hangover cure.
I know your name, Killian.
A lot more than I've had in quite a while, actually. You, my friend, can put down some shots.
Thank you. And Krirg says, if we go to Nevium, this is going to accelerate the war. Put me in, and he goes and runs to the bathroom to go pee.
Excellent.
Do we have a paper?
Sure. Open up a clean, wrapped sheet of parchment. Pull out one sheet, reclose it.
And that's also an endorsement to going to Nevian.
I
Magnazella,
also
did you
have
vote?
been thinking about that. Now it's on.
I see the value in trying to split up. But if everyone wants to go to Nevium, I'm okay with that. I think that's also a good plan. I think the people deserve to know, and I think there's also strength in numbers too.
Is this growth I hear?
Thuna knows that you're not great with physical touch. And so she's gonna go, that's for you. That's straight to you. No, not on you. She's doing it to herself. She's like, this is for you.
It's still just the idea of
Yeah.
this.
I feel like I can feel it.
I agree somewhat with Jeeves. But I think Nevium is not a bad choice.
I continue to write. Wax.
Of course. Different drawer.
Goes to the wax drawer.
Candle, wax.
I put a little flame.
I look over to Phil, take the ring, dip the wax, seal the parchment. This needs to get to the High Chancellor immediately.
As soon as we get there.
I take the ring, begin to twist it. 8 willing creatures within 30 feet, I think it is.
You better finish up in there, Krirg.
Krirg comes back in. He clearly has not washed
Percival.
his hands.
Oh, prestidigitation.
Jeeves, Percival, you'll need to tuck him away.
No, already did.
Click, click.
Click, click, and
Oh, but wait.
as your bodies kind of atomize and the atoms fly through the cosmos, we're going to go to the break. Your bodies reatomize. As they reatomize, you feel a churning in your stomach, a lightheadedness kind of like sparkles in your eyes, and as you blink and clear your eyes, what do we see?
And Krirg was already feeling that, by the way.
Yeah, the first thing that will happen as your eyes are readjusting to kind of a little bit more light than was in the cellar there, you'll feel soft ground beneath your feet. And as your eyes open and begin to focus, you see white wood all around you. You're in the middle of a ring inside a stable. Smell of horse, animal, livestock will permeate your senses. But you also see like the runes of a teleportation circle beneath this, riding ring begin to fade back into the mud. And there's a boy in the corner grooming a horse. And what look to be dark roofs above with some sort of metal roofing over top of them.
Excellent. The boy, Hayden, looks up as you appear. And kind of hay sweeps out from the floor there. He looks up and goes,
Oh, Mr. Vey, wasn't expecting you.
If you could just let your father know I've returned.
Of course.
We need to prepare rooms.
Of course. Got it.
Okay. Kind of runs off out the door there. As he runs off out the door, immediately, Felivra, he looks around. Phil looks around, and he's kind of like, right, if we could get some sort of steed or ride, we'll head off immediately.
I'll begin to walk towards out the doors and towards another paddock where the horses are actually kept. I will pull the one horse that was just left that was being groomed with me. Mm-hmm. And assuming everyone else follows, you'll see a sprawling estate with a number of stables. There's an outdoor riding ring, this indoor riding ring, and you can see like a steeplechase area set up like kind of down a hill off the way. Sprawling meadows all around you. And like in the distance off to the south, you can see the Tepico Wilds. Like as you can see that the meadows turn to more like brush, and then you can just see the yellow of the desert sand from up on this high rise. And you can hear the sound of waves crashing up against, we're kind of on like a rocky plateau. And you can hear the sounds of waves crashing below. All of the wood is stained white. And shiny metallic roofs. Beautiful, beautiful estate with its massive, 3 times the size of the house, massive mansion.
Is this your house?
Yeah.
They should call this the house.
Perhaps this is part of the problem, though. One man has all of this, and others have nothing.
And as Jeeves has just pointed out, you can see several smaller buildings that also look like smaller cottages or homesteads. You can see dozens of people working this estate, not working land for food or crop or anything, but just simply working this massive horse ranch.
So how rich you are is how poor other people are.
Perhaps you will see. But first, I must get the saddle. Walk across to another stable, grab a saddle this horse.
Yeah. Felivra and Lorelin hop on the horse together. Holds the note. He says, "It'll get there. Hour or two. We'll see. See how long it takes."
Before they leave, Krirg approaches Lorelin. Yeah. He's got a piece of twine.
Yeah.
That he's fashioned into a friendship bracelet. And it's got the one place that they spent the most time together. That was at the Rusty Tankard. It's got like peanut shells that are like charms to help decorate because they had a bunch of peanuts and drank some beers. And then he says, "Here, me make this for you."
That is so kind. Thank you. I didn't make you anything.
That okay? Just make sure whenever you wear that, you kill somebody.
Starts to look around.
Can I get a rain check on that?
Yeah, just general kill somebody.
Kill somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, I promise.
Yeah. Take care, Lorello.
I'll see you soon, Krirg.
They gallop off.
Is safety at least temporarily?
Yes. Do we have some place where we can talk and plan? Of course. Time is of the essence.
If you want to take them to the parlor,
Sure.
I'd just like to check on the others real quick. Walk into the stables.
Yeah. You head up to the enormous sprawling mansion, heading in through one of the wings there. As you head in, it is relatively not busy, but there are people constantly moving, constantly working this entire ranch. Is there any points of key note within the house that they'd see coming in through the kind of one of the rear, the wide kind of glass rear doors that are open wide?
As they come in, like they'll smell fresh baked goods, the smell of breads being baked and things like that. And as they walk up to the estate, they may see like a wagon pulling in down the cobblestones of the ranch. And as you pass by the kitchen to get to the parlor area, you can just see stacks and stacks of bread that are being baked every day here.
You head into the parlor together, the group of you with Lily and Killian as well. As you step into the parlor there, you are alone. You would know vaguely that this is a relatively safe place. No like huge enchantments stopping anything, but you're a long way from Uciar now. The 4 to 5 day journey cut into a matter of seconds. I hand it over to you guys to see what you would like to do.
I'm going to start by throwing up another see invisibility. I'm assuming it's been more than an hour. Distance does not preclude scrying.
As you throw up your see invisibility, no sign of any orbs or anything. You seem to be alone for now.
Magnazella, you seemed interested in this power source when Killian mentioned
it? Just a little bit. Yeah, one might say, hypothetically. Yeah.
Is it your pillow rock?
You don't have to call it that. We don't.
You didn't tell me any other name.
You didn't.
Magnazella no like labels.
Oh, is it your?
True.
Yeah, it's my. Yeah, the Casper stone is the stone I've been looking for.
Do you guys know anything about the Casper stone?
Have we heard of this name before?
Yeah, you would have all heard of the Casper Stone from Valorith. You wouldn't know too much about it because they're quite secretive over there. They're the island to the far north, kind of separated by ocean and ice and what do you call them? Mountains at the top there, to the point where it's hard to kind of trek there and back. You would know that it is their prized possession, and then it protects their people and powers their city, but that's all you would really know.
But we wouldn't even know that it was missing, right? Because like probably that news wouldn't necessarily leave there.
Not at all. No. Yeah, that would have been kept very secret.
I
Because as
do
soon as someone
that,
hears
but
that
not
protection is gone,
Right. Which is huge.
yeah. So
We know now. It was just told to us. Krirg, were you not paying attention 30 seconds ago? It seems to me before us we have several objectives. First, we need to warn the people, but I did notice that Eli had written a note and sent it off with a speedy horse and rider. I would assume that can already be checked off, but we will confirm that later. The second is going to be to ascertain the potential routes that this vehicle may take and try and intercept it. The knowledge of this stone may be able to help us because we could locate that stone if we are close enough to it, and it may be able to verify that this is a false wagon we are following or the correct one, because I don't think that can be outfitted in all of the wagons.
And that's why you're the boss man.
I believe our power hierarchy may have changed due to recent activities, so we are all equal. No, you may not need to wear that into badge anymore. Really. You can if you want to. It looks fantastic. I'm just saying.
somewhere back inside a black box, your ring starts to ring.
Anyone hear that?
Feeling something. It's a disturbance. I want to look over to Magnazella. I didn't know it was the Casper Stone. She never kind of like gave me that detail. So knowing that now, it's pretty much as bad as the thing I did. And I want to walk over and go, will you come with me over, like, to go do some deep breathing exercises? I'm still not very good at them. Maybe while we look out over the state?
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm gonna start walking next to you, and I'm gonna be like, to Lily. I feel like she knows so much more than she's telling us, and I just don't trust her because of everything that she is and has done.
Because she's one of your best friends and partners.
No, God no. I'm
never
jealous.
She'll
Not
never
yet.
be good enough for Magnazella.
No one's good enough for any of my friends, actually. We all just decide to stay single and best friends. I'm walking with Magnazella, and I want to take her to the side and kind of like see if we can talk about.
You can head to one of the huge bay windows, or even probably step outside onto the
Like a
patio
terrace
out back,
or
a terrace, yeah.
Yeah.
Balcony.
Looking over way more wealth than I anticipated seeing here.
It's just the beginning.
I know, that's why I'm scared. I walk out there with you and maybe do a few triangle breaths, like you said. You're breathing in for time, and then you hold it for time, and then you let it go for time.
4, yeah.
Numbers are not my strong suit.
It's okay.
There's something about this massive mansion that makes me feel so vulnerable.
You know, Thuna, I've been thinking about it, and I am having a sneaky suspicion that it was never the waters that made us want to be vulnerable.
Just been us growing as people.
I'm starting to think this vulnerability thing might just be in the air of the world that we live in, you know?
So like a thing that happens to everyone over time. That's great. No, I'm... Can I ask you a question that might sound insensitive, but I promise it's not?
Hey, we're
being vulnerable.
We're being vulnerable. We're friends.
There's like,
friends now.
Yeah, well, we've been friends since the day I put onions in your wounds. Remember?
Yeah, totally. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, no, that's the day. Yeah.
Yes, so, we're on the same page.
Good. When you lost the stone, was everybody really mean to you?
Yeah.
Have you heard from them at all, or were you, like, excommunicated, shunned?
Yeah, no one has wanted to speak to me since. I tried writing a few letters, but as far as I know, they probably never even got there. Or once they did get there, they just got murdered, so... so I have no contact with any of them right now.
That's how it's going with me too right now. But I keep writing. Maybe you should keep writing too. And now that we know that it's kind of coming to us, there's some hope.
I don't know. I mean, but what if by the time we get to it, its powers are gone? Or what if I try to retrieve it and I fail again? Or what if this all goes to shit and we all die, and then no one back in Valorith cares that I'm gone? What if they don't care?
I don't know the people of Valorith, but I know you, and I care. It wasn't... Sometimes when things change, people get meaner. That doesn't mean that you deserved being mean too.
I don't know. I think I deserved it on this one.
Making mistakes and failing will happen to everybody. It wasn't right for the only place that you know as home, the place that you dedicated your life to turn you away for one failure. I'm gonna get that stone. And if it doesn't work anymore, then they're gonna get a rock.
Well, I'm gonna go with you because I know what the stone looks like and I know how to handle it.
I was just gonna vibe it out, but I am gonna get it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna take it back. And if they don't take you back, you have people here who will never abandon you or make you feel alone. Hold for 4 and release for 4. And she's trying to like triangle break.
Count to 4.
She didn't count. She just went hold for 4, release for 4. She's just saying the word 4 in between breaths, pretty much. But she's trying, and she doesn't want you to feel the way that she feels every day. Yeah. So she's making as good of a vow as she can to make sure that you don't feel that way for your whole life.
Thank you.
That's what friends do.
Cut away from there to Elijah. What would you be up to right now?
Walking back to the house.
Yeah, you'd see him
call out,
from the window.
Darius, Darius, the wagons are here.
Of course, coming.
Just trotting out, slightly heavyset guy, kind of running out to you.
Let's get the breads loaded
Load them up? Okay, we will load them up. All right, easy.
I will go in and myself and help.
Good to see you again, sir.
Of course. And we'll begin loading just stacks of loaves of bread into several wagons.
Loading them up takes a little bit of time, but
then a couple of the people driving the wagons turn and start heading towards Nevium.
So those bread wagons head on out.
Walk back into the parlor.
You walk into the parlor and you see Jeeves and Krirg. Krirg's just like laugh and just like, oh man, you're gonna be in so much trouble, Jeeves.
Yes, you see, Krirg, we are all now dead.
Yeah.
A little trouble, a little whatever, it doesn't matter. We have a job to do.
But like, man, you are like the house. Me cannot believe you doing this right now.
Well, sometimes when you find you are on the wrong path, you must make a stand.
This is pretty crazy, man. I don't see a lot of order that goes into this.
Well, it depends upon what you view as being in disorder.
That for me, you asking me what me view for that?
No, you seem to be trying to understand me, and I'm trying to explain to you, but I don't know why. I really should be talking to Lily, so if you'll excuse me for a minute.
You come into the parlor here.
Krirg, as a bit, is gonna start cleaning up in the parlor. He's like gonna start mimicking Jeeves, like playing in the parlor, cleaning up around and stuff.
Excellent.
Not frustrating or annoying at all.
Just try to ignore it.
Just making dust piles, but they're not actually sweeping them in the
And
pan.
I think he's trying to convince Percival to come like do the bit with him.
That would be very out of character for Percival, but I cannot tell you exactly what Percival would do. He's his own creature, he has his own mind.
He's his own little guy.
But I go over to Lily, and as I'm walking by, straightening pictures and trying to keep everything, twist this a little bit. That's a little bit better placement.
I think perhaps Percival might be like out with the other people or the other animals here. Like having
sure.
spent time here before, is kind of getting out, and some of the like little Hayden is kind of like it goes and hugs. A little bit of time that like Percival can like not switch off, but can take at least like 10 or 15 minutes to be like, yay, left the farm, and then back in.
Yeah. And in the meantime, I'm going to go over to Lily. All right, there's a map, and I'm sure we have maps somewhere in this, and just pull out the maps and try and start plotting the potential routes or where this cart may be headed.
She says to you, I would hazard a guess one of three paths. There is the path that leads directly past the Farcliff Mountains, along the cliffside there. There is the path that leads straight through the center of the Tepico Wilds. We'll head through the jungle area into the desert area, and then up not too far from where we are now, and head up into Nevium. And then there would be the coastal way, the way around the edge of the coast, and then curving in around past the mountains that head around near Valorith. I don't know which one he would use. Process of elimination, and now that he knows that we are no longer on his side, I would gather that he has increased protection or perhaps decoys. I think you're correct in at least one of those things. The quickest route would be the Farcliff Mountains, along the side of the Farcliff Mountains directly north. The most dangerous route would be through the Tepico Wilds, and the longest route would be around the entire way.
Yep, I'm just going to start laying them out on the map, putting very precise little pins in locations and where we might be able to intercept each one of those, and also trying to determine if there's a way to get from one to the next to the next.
Yeah. If you all want to go ahead and roll like group intelligence checks.
Oh God!
Sure, my worst stat, yeah.
Everyone chipping in. One of you get two of you get it with advantage. Lily will give advantage to one of you, and Killian will give advantage to the other one. So.
Well, I already.
Am I the other one?
Whoever wants to reroll, you get 2 rerolls on this.
I got 17 on mine, so
beautiful.
That's as good as Krirg's gonna
Okay,
get.
Cool.
One of you. What? Yeah, well,
I'd like a re. I'll
yeah,
do a
you
reroll.
you two roll with advantage.
We've been crying. Roll the same
Roll
thing.
with pride advantage.
I'm dumb, baby. That's a nat 1 and a 3.
Beautiful.
It's all right.
You two
22.
have been. Okay, beautiful. So you three are great. You two have been talking. You're a little like.
Little vulnerable right now.
The white man at the table here is going to say that the 2 women are too emotional to help with this conversation.
I'm rage.
Oh
I must
boy.
be on my period. Too emotional to make decisions
Far too
right now.
emotional.
And with that,
Is it that time of month? Like, it's just like,
Jeez. If we'd have seen Magnazella on any other week.
She would have been fine. It's just that we started the adventure on
character development. This is just
Totally different.
She's like, maybe
dragon
there's
boy.
something in the air. I've been vulnerable every day for the last 5 days.
I've also been craving a lot of chocolate. It's just been so weird.
Oh, my
Really tired.
goodness.
All right. You guys.
That's how you take a ticket to hell, guys.
I've pre-booked. I've pre-booked that.
Go ahead, bring us back on track.
Yeah, what were you saying?
The trip between Nevium and Uciar is around 5 days, give or take, depending on whether you take the faster route, whether you encounter things, whether you go all the way around. Looking at the map, there is no way on Earth even to convince you guys that it's the wrong carriage or something. He would never take the long road. There's no way on Earth Jacob would ever take the long road. It would be far too difficult, far too frustrating. He's going to take either directly along the mountains or through the jungle. Directly along the mountains is the fastest route. It would make the most sense to take this. Going through the Tepico Wilds is a gamble. You saw that rock. That thing could pick up the whole carriage and fly away with it. So that would be the gamble there. He would need protection and things like that. Using your intelligence, if he wants to get there quick, he'll take the mountain route. But it is very, very likely, in order to try and throw you guys off, or if you're trying to intercept to get you killed by creatures before you get there, that he will take the central route. That is what conclusion you come to. Whether he's sending out decoys or not, you're not sure, but you can, with your high intelligence rolls, you can kind of determine that that's probably the route he would take. There is a little room for error, though. You know that dividing and conquering in the wilds is a bad idea, because you saw what that rock did to one of you, and there's probably more things like that out there. But there is doubt. There is a little bit of doubt. That mountain route is still very, very possible.
All right, we have a choice to make. There are pros and cons. We can go back and forth. Well, if he was going to try and fool us, he would go here, but then he would know that we would know that he would know that we would know, and might as well flip a coin.
Inconceivable.
Is it possible? You know, like the Tepico Wilds.
Tepico.
Tapioca.
Tapioca Wilds.
The tapioca.
Topeka?
Yeah, the Topeka Tapioca Wild.
With the topiaries.
The wilds. My home is what's under those. Those in the mountains.
Yeah, so the mountains are along the west coast. That is where the entrance to under that is. You would be off to that side. You would be under all of the wild. You would be under the mountains there. That's where the undermines are. The mountains and a little bit into the wilds. Kind of.
Is it possible that I would know of a route between those two that we've narrowed it down to? That if we just say we go into the wilds, this could go either way, but say we go into the wilds and we discover it's a decoy. Do I know routes to the mountains through the undermines that could help us get to the other side where we would know that the actual carriage would be then?
Yeah, you would know
like
that
a contingency plan.
The main road in the dangerous part of the Tepico Wilds, that if you were to find the decoy there, you could run into the wilds towards the mountains. Very, very bad idea, but you definitely could, to find one of the many dotted entrances or sinkholes that drop into the undermines, and head across that way. It would be dangerous, but you definitely would be able to find something. It would cut the dash across between those two paths. It would cut, a shitload of time off that.
Okay, I just relay that to the group.
You also know people there.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know how favorable. Maybe I'll keep my face covered. I relay that to the group and let them know that there are ways to get from one to the other without losing too much time. But I do think it would be wise, since we're gonna try to convince the people in power here in Nevium to take this seriously, to try and get them to station people, before it actually enters the city, and be on the lookout for this. But there are ways that we could get from one to the other. It would be dangerous, but everything that we are doing is dangerous right now.
I think if you talk to the higher ups at Nevium, they would definitely look into helping you, especially if it's to protect Nevium. I'm sure the Admiral and I could lend credence to your Clearwater revival, so to speak.
Oh. All right, I'm warming up to it.
That's Killian.
Oh. Take it
Lily
back.
looks at him and says,
I've liked Killian this whole time.
Lily looks at him and says, referential humor. It's a crutch that you lean on too much. I'm well aware
so
of
now
that.
she's a humor critic. It's crazy.
I hate her. Yeah, then I put that to the group. I will kind of fall back and listen, because I think her only intent now is to convince the people that need convincing. So
Yeah.
she lets the group know what she knows and hands it back over.
Yeah, agree. But wherever we go, we should be as far back as possible. That way they get all messed up before they get to us.
Very
Instead of us getting messed up before we get to them.
Right, as usual.
The further back, closer to Nevium we are, the less time we have to move between routes if we are wrong.
So let's just pick the right route.
Excellent observation. Admiral, you sent a missive. Was that the notification to be on alert for this? They are alerted?
The missive was to arrange a meeting to notify the appropriate authorities.
You couldn't just tell them? We have to tell them we're going to tell them? Never mind, it's done. When is this meeting scheduled?
Late this evening.
And here?
Oh, they're coming to us.
One path that way.
Okay.
Hopefully.
But there is time if you wish to see the city. There is time to ride in if you wish to see it.
You guys are like...
If you wish to see what you've given your lives for, as you were saying.
I've given my life for free will. I'm sorry.
You're fine. I feel like I have what's probably that's like, I'm just missing something glaringly obvious in asking this, but would there be an advantage to just staying here and just waiting until they get here and just battling?
We don't know when the effect will take place, and we could also be...
We could also be
under
subjected.
and I really like my free will.
No, I do too. I'm just curious.
I'll go straight into the danger if it can, kind of prevent people from having to even try to resist what's coming.
Yeah. Okay.
Here in a safe haven of a new friend for some of you, a dear friend for others, in the safety of this ranch, you're able to spend perhaps the rest of the day. It's weird coming from Uciar, coming from the fraught danger, knowing that there are a couple of days, even if Jacob sets off now, there are 4 to 5 days before that carriage gets here. You have a couple days to try and intercept it. It is weird to have this moment of calm. Your hearts are probably still beating a little bit as you watch farmers dawdle along and kind of baling hay and tending to the garden and double checking the whitewash on the timbers and stuff like that. And you have, dare I say it, downtime here, at least today. Time to chat, time to debrief, time to decide what to do.
Time to just breathe.
Yes, time to breathe.
Time to look around at all of this and get pissed off.
That's what me talking about.
I'd like to I don't know
Krirg
where
rages and
Elijah's
throws the mansion.
Where is
another mansion.
Elijah going after this immediate, little meeting?
After the map discussion happens, the first thing that Elijah's doing is walking over to the extensive wall of wine rack and pulling out a bottle of brandy, offering a red and white to anyone that might want it, but pulling out a bottle of brandy for himself.
Bottle of red, bottle of white. Whatever kind of mood you're in tonight.
Thanks, Jeff.
And I'll take, again, 2 rocks glasses, and I will pour myself a drink, or one for Jeeves.
Take it with a sigh.
Anything for anyone else? Are you hungry?
Oh, always.
It's still early morning yet, right?
Yeah, it's 10 a.m. at the latest, probably.
Look around. There's enough food for an army here. Feel free.
Boy, I go over to Elijah and I say,
Mr. Vay, can I have something for you. I noticed that your armpit tentacle isn't around anymore. And also your big, long, stabby. We never talked about what it was called. But I don't want you to go into whatever we're going into without some protection.
She's going to take 2 of the patches off of her messenger bag that are daggers, and she's going to hand them to him. And say, you use the steel door really well, so you can just choose when to use those.
Thank you, Thuna.
Thanks for tolerating me.
I will take the patches.
nice.
I will not use them, but I will take the
reason to,
patches
yeah.
and tuck them away.
Yeah.
After a couple of hours, there is a fluttering at a nearby window. Like a white silver, almost a dove, but not quite. It's a little bit of paper strapped to its leg.
Go and I'll pull the window, take the missive, close the window, unseal the missive.
One step at a time.
Was that drama enough?
Krig's gonna open the window back up.
What bird? I will take it and read it.
It just says, understood, tonight.
Take it, toss it into the fire.
Ooh.
Is there anything anyone would like to do over the next day?
I'm
Before
gonna
we
go
get
into town.
you head into town. Beautiful. On your own?
I'm not taking Jeeves because he's really judgy about Nevium and he's gonna make me feel like poo poo caca. So instead, I want to see if Magnazella wants to come.
Yeah. Cool. I not looking at you or not putting the 2 and 2 together. Look to Lily and I'm like, would you like to come?
I honestly would love to. We haven't had a lot of time. I haven't had a lot of time to kind of chat and hang out. So, yeah, if you don't mind, Thuna.
No, I don't mind.
Okay.
I actually wanted to talk to her, so this was kind of sick. Yes, I just wasn't gonna invite her. Great.
Killian, are you staying here or are you going back to the city?
Perhaps if I go back into the city and let the council know that what's going on and prepare for you all. I gather you're going to come in and speak to the council, right? Maybe later, maybe tomorrow?
Perhaps, yeah.
Right, well, I'll...
You can go in and talk to them if you want.
I think that's a terrible idea, but it would be entertaining.
So yeah,
It's
no.
up to you, up to you. You are a free person. Cool. Cool.
Just love killing. It's awesome.
Horses, of course, will be provided to anybody that wants to ride into town.
A horse, of course.
Of course.
Could I get a donkey or like a dog?
Like, is there something small at horses? They throw me off. Like a younger horse or something.
I don't have any Shetland ponies, no, but I do have ponies.
Okay.
Perhaps we can find some way to fit. I don't know that I have any
booster
like
seat or
the saddles are quite large for them, but I'm sure that we can find something. If you speak to Ronaldo down at... If you speak to Ronaldo, I'm sure he'll be able to outfit them.
Thank you.
Who's Ronaldo's partner that works at the stable?
Brian and Ronaldo?
Jessica.
Jessica and Ronaldo.
Out of curiosity, what do they look like? So we know who we're speaking to?
Or maybe even sound like?
Jeez.
Be careful.
Oh my. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Ronaldo and
that.
Jessica.
Yeah, I'll just see what smaller version of a horse they
Yeah,
have.
you head out with Magnazella, and Lily comes with you. I think Killian's gonna come too and like bum a ride into the city.
Absolutely.
You get down to the stables, and as you get down to the stables, there is this like huge, like broad-shouldered, stocky, like you can see the muscles rippling. And beside them, you see this small individual with like overalls on, kind of working away. As you step on up, Ronaldo turns and says,
All right, what can I do for you all?
We're going into the city. This is Magnazella. This is Lily.
Nice to meet
this
you.
is Killian,
Nice to meet
and
you.
I'm Funa.
Nice to meet you.
We just need some horses
Yeah,
and something just
Pony
closer
size?
to my. Yes.
I got you.
Thank you so much.
Right, Jessica,
"Yeah,
can you go ahead and help these individuals?
yeah, of course I can."
I love that.
And they kind of walk across with you. Jessica, they bring like Lily and Magnazella over. And then Ronaldo is with you and Killian.
They put a double saddle on one horse. So it's like a tandem.
yeah. Like a
tandem
huge
saddle.
A huge, like...
Those motorcycles have like those sides up. It's just like a thing you can attach to a saddle.
Yes! That's what we're doing.
So I'm getting side saddle vibes, like sidecar
Yes,
vibes.
please.
Sir, are you able to ride? Yes, I've ridden before. Right, so you're going to be in charge of the main horse. You are still going to have a bit of control with the if you drift around a corner. You'll be able to
lean with.
But it also has enough swing to it that you can swing under into the other side of the saddle there. So
That's
you'll be able to
amazing.
counterweight there.
Nevium is full of wonders.
Yes, full of magic, full of wonders.
Jessica, they look at you and...
People could be fed with the cost of that one saddle.
Jessica looks across at you, you and Lily, and says, "You two a couple? Together?
We
You
haven't.
want to do tandem?"
We haven't put a label on it. We're trying to be chill about it.
You haven't put a label on this one?
Look, it's early days.
No, you want to lock that shit down
We
quick.
just, I think for like ease, we could do like one horse, and then you can ride with me in the back. I get you like behind me. I just think that's the most efficient way to do it. I'm thinking about
I
efficiency.
agree with you. I'm with efficiency. One horse is probably best. We don't want to leave
Yeah.
Mr. Vi high and dry. Mr. Vey high and dry, I guess.
Jessica looks at you, high and dry. Jessica looks at the two of you and goes, tandem it is. Saddle you guys up, winches it tight. Doesn't even ask for consent, just lifts you up by the waist and sits you on the horse, and then lifts up Lily as well and sits her on the horse there. These two are ready.
Excellent. You guys are ready?
Thuna is just like going from side to side. Like it's a little ride. But yeah, she's super ready.
Excellent.
I tell Lily, I think it's.
I might have to hold on to your, if that's okay.
Yeah, I think it's like easiest if you like put your hands on my waist.
I can do
yeah.
that. Apologies if I grab.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm sturdy. I'm strong.
You're sturdy.
You know.
You are quite sturdy and strong.
Yeah, I do a lot. Again, I do a lot of yoga, so I've got some strong abs here. Okay. So you can just.
All right.
Cling away.
Hold yourselves.
I've been told I make a great big spoon.
You two gallop off. The last thing you see is just Jessica and Ronaldo standing together. Ronaldo just reaches up and goes on Jessica's ass, and Jessica, they look down and go, all right, picks him up by the scruff and just carries him into their house there.
Oh yeah.
Cute.
As you guys gallop into the city, what are the rest of you doing here to round out our afternoon, our day here?
Krirg's gonna keep the cleaning bit going. He's gonna find somebody in the house to train him to be a butler.
Excellent. You're gonna have to ask Elijah who the butlers are.
Yeah, Mr. Vay knows the names of all his help.
Darius is the head of the estate, if you will. He takes care of the other people that are working the estate, so he would be the person to ask.
Great. Thanks, Elijah. And then me go and head down to find Darius and go become a butler for the night.
You find like a curly-haired. He would probably be Elvin as well, to be honest. I'll say curly-haired, yeah, Elvin, the same guy that you kind of ran across earlier. He looks you up and down and he says, "Are you looking to be kind of working the storerooms or helping with the hay?"
No, me trying. Okay.
Okay.
You met Jeeves?
Yeah, I've met Jeeves many times.
Yeah. Me trying to be butler so to annoy him.
Oh.
This is...
Points for honesty, I guess?
Yeah, this is me... Hey, Krirg nothing if not honest.
Well, I can give you some pointers, certainly. Yeah.
But me gonna take this real serious. Like, you not understand Krirg commitment to the bit. Me want to be as good butler as me can, and me ready to work really, really hard to do that.
First thing we got to address is the dress.
Oh.
This why me come to the expert. He kind of pops his collar.
And creased.
He kind of shouts at you. He's like, Master Vay, do you mind if we peruse the cupboards, the closet?
Of course.
All right, let's go.
Let's do this.
Leads you in. We have a montage. What would a Krirg-flavored butler outfit be, do you think?
It would try to look as similar to Jeeves as possible. Like, he's gonna go through the wardrobes and try to build exactly as close to Jeeves as possible, except the sleeves are ripped off.
Excellent. Sleeves are ripped off, but like the cuffs are still there.
The cuffs are still there.
Yeah, Chippendales. And there you go.
Perfect.
Oh, ripped off even more.
Yeah.
He looks at you.
He's got like the ascot is like as fluffy. He's got like a big old ascot.
He looks at you and he says, "It's missing something. Wait here." Walks outside. About 5 minutes later, he walks back in, and waddling beside him, there is a goose.
Permissible? The goose?
Permissible? I don't know if you're giving a name or if you're like, this is acceptable, Jacob.
You may continue.
You may continue with your funny. I, who have a notebook of funny, agree that this is funny. What did you say? Sorry.
Permissible. Yeah, because Percival.
Yeah,
Percival,
okay, cool,
permissible.
Cool. Looks and says, this here is permissible.
Hello, permissible. Very nice to meet you. Yeah, me too. It's been a long day, but hey, me ready to learn.
Bad choice, Jacob. Bad choice. and you begin training with with Darius and Permissible.
Fantastic.
We're saved.
Jacob's like, why did I let you go to the range? There's 95 names to write down.
Got this. You two finally alone once more. Anything you guys would do?
I'm riding out to see her. You're welcome to come, if you wish.
I think you need your time alone, and I have a lot to think about. You'll find me at the stables, if you need me. And I'm just going to go to the dirtiest, filthiest place and take off the jacket, roll up the sleeves, and just start working.
Craig's already there trying to get it clean. He's got you beat. No.
You pick the next stable across.
Just looking around everywhere I step, everything I see, the representation of ostentatious wealth, just having horses and breeding horses to keep them in captivity, to show off everything about this, the wine racks, everything about this life just digs and digs. And so Krirg, trying his best, is just a speck next to the annoyance and the anger that is building up at everything around.
Excellent. You gallop off towards a place that only you know, perhaps in the little bay that's near the mountains there.
Yeah, it's just not a bay so much as like a little grove, a little place where there's a bit of trees and whatnot, and a spot has been carved out, a grave marker there, and I'll just I'll get down off the horse and let her know that I've done it. The slate is clean. It's all done. Don't know what to do next. You were always the one with the plan. Nothing's better here than it was before. Jacob's promises, I don't know if they were ever hollow or not. I don't know what the right or wrong is here. We still make bread every day. We feed as many as we can. Every year, we build more houses. Increase the size of the ranch. More horses, more work, jobs. Just one guy, broken down and old. He just completely bursts into tears, falls to the ground, collapses.
As you fall to the ground and collapse, that is where we'll leave our episode. Thank you for joining us, and remember that hit points are not required to be vulnerable.
In fact, sick points are required.
There we go.
Just nailed the vibe. Nailed the.